Hello, it's Kylie. Doing another vlog. I remembered. So how my week went this week? Not very good. I had off of work and I was all like, yeah, I'm gonna go to the gym. I'm gonna exercise. I'm gonna do all these things. Be really good. Yeah. So let's get real here. When you sit down and you're just like, okay, I have an entire afternoon to myself, or I have the entire day to myself, and you're like, I'm gonna go do this thing, I'm gonna go work out, I'm gonna do grocery shopping, I'm gonna go clean, I'm gonna get all this stuff done, and then I can enjoy the rest of my day, and it'll be awesome. And then you're like 3 hours down the road, and you're like, none of that's happening, you're sitting on Facebook playing the games, or, downstairs watching a TV show that you're not even really interested in. Yeah, that's kind of what happened to me. I was just like, oh yeah, I'm gonna get all this stuff done. I'm gonna go to the gym. I'm gonna, clean up some stuff. Get my laundry done, things like that. I did get the laundry done this week, so that's kind of a, that's good. But some of that other stuff just didn't get done this week. Like I didn't even go to work out. I mean, I went and walked around, like, the mall with a friend of mine that I haven't seen in a while, and, some of that stuff like that, but I don't consider that, well, that is, like, okay, yeah, you're doing a little more movement than you normally would. Sorry, the thing keeps popping up on my computer, I just want it to go away. While you are doing more movement than you normally would, I wouldn't consider that, like, exercising. In the sense of, I'm going to the gym, I'm going to be on the bike for, like, half an hour. Or I'm going to walk around this high school track and do a mile. Or, something like that. It's not like I sat there and planned out, okay, I'm going to do this exercise thing. It was kind of more coincidental exercise than planned out. I'm gonna get my heart rate up and we're gonna do this. So that kind of failed, and that's fine. I mean, things like that do happen, and that's not, it's not like I'm gonna sit here and be like, I'm a terrible person because I didn't meet my goals this week. It's like, you know what, I didn't meet some of my goals, let me just go ahead and try and make new goals. What can I change? What can I look at and be like, okay, I didn't do this thing. Why didn't I do this thing? What can I change so that I do this thing? So for me, exercise is like, why didn't I go exercise? What can I do to change it so I will go exercise? A lot of that is my own willpower of, okay, let me just get myself ready and go to the gym. As far as numbers this week, I gained 0.6. Now, I know that's like, Kylie, you gained 2 weeks in a row, what's going on? So at least for women, there's a bunch of hormones and stuff that go on during the month that makes it harder for us maybe to lose weight or have good numbers on certain weeks. So I'm not saying that I'm gonna sit there and blame the entire thing on that, because it was some of my doing as well, but there's definitely other factors in there for that too. So while it's not as much as I thought it was going to be, it's still a gain, and I can't sit there and look at it and be like, well, I gained again, oh well. I have to look at it and be like, okay, what did I do wrong? What can I do right? Now, last week I was like, yeah, I'm gonna take measurements and stuff, and I did do that, but I took them that night. I took them just now so I could tell you kind of what changed. I'll start doing it during the day more. If you're gonna do something like that where you're weighing yourself or you're measuring yourself with, like, measuring tapes to see how certain areas of your body have changed, try and do it at the same time, because generally that will give you more consistent results than if you're like, okay, I'm gonna do it in the morning this week, I'll do it in the evening this week, because believe it or not, your weight does fluctuate during the day. So this week I actually lost inches in specific areas of my body. And that was really nice to see, because it's like, yeah, okay, you gained, but look at this, you lost inches. So while you may not see the changes as far as numbers on the scale, you know, they're happening elsewhere. Or you might see, okay, I gained this week, you know, but you might still be losing inches, depending on what you're doing. And I really almost swallowed that fly that flew by my head. That was great. So, yeah, so that's kind of what happened this week for me, because just for different reasons. I'm not going to sit here and say, I did this and it was wonderful. You know, like, you know, I need to be honest, because if I'm not honest, you know, with you guys or with myself, where am I going to get with this, you know? So it's kind of one of those things. Sorry if it looks like the lighting's changing. It's because I'm trying to use a natural light. My house doesn't have very good lighting. Also, so this week, because I am part of Weight Watchers, as I've mentioned before, you know, we talked about body gratitude. Now, that's a kind of hard thing to have, because you're sitting there and you look at yourself in the mirror every day, you know, you view your body differently than other people view your body. And what I mean by that is, like, my boyfriend, you know, he thinks I'm just beautiful, you know, I'm gorgeous, and, you know, he's trying to help me with my weight loss journey, but it's not like he's sitting there like, you're fat, or, you know, my parents aren't sitting there like that, or my friends, you know. But when I say things to myself, like when I look in the mirror, I'm like, wow, you don't look that good. You look, you know, you're fat, basically, you know. And now this is going to sound really weird, but just bear with me with this. It's okay to say that you're fat, because that might be an honest truth for you. You might be, you know, have some weight around your hips or around your stomach. That's okay to understand that. Like, okay, I have weight here. Is it more than it should be? If it is, then it's like, okay, I'm fat. This is a fact of life for some of us. Not for everyone, but for some of us, it just is. Now, the trick, at least from what, you know, I've kind of understood with some of this, and, you know, I'm not trying to associate this with Weight Watchers because this isn't their views. These are my opinions. You know, don't go running over there and be like, you taught your people this. No, this is purely my opinions and how I view things. So, you know, I will mention, yes, I'm part of Weight Watchers and this is what we talked about. But then after that, it's pretty much things that I think. You know, but the way that I view myself is, you know, I'm sitting there. The trick to being able to say you're fat and be okay with it is the fact that you're not obsessing over it. You know, oh man, I look so big here. Let me concentrate on this part of my body, you know? So, for me, if I can recognize, okay, yeah, I'm kind of big, but I can do something with that in the sense of, okay, I'm fat. What can I do to change that? You know, and turn it around to be a positive thing about yourself. You know, and it's not just with your weight, it's with any part of your body, really. You know, it's like, I don't know, my hair doesn't look good today. You know, or something like that. Turn it around to be something positive. It's like, I don't like how this looks today, but I do like how this aspect of that thing looks. Like, for me, it's like, my hair might not look good today, but it looks good up, and I like the way that I feel when I put it up, you know, or something like that, you know? And, you know, not obsessing over things is different for everybody because, you know, we are all different people, and we have ways that we look at things, and so we have to be careful in how we talk to ourselves, you know, and I have mentioned this in meeting as well. It's when we look in a mirror, we associate our image with what other people have said about us. And what I mean by that is, for me, like, if I look in the mirror and I'm like, I'm fat, I don't look good, you know, I'm, you know, worthless, or, you know, something like that, those aren't things that I've associated with myself. Let me back up. Those are things I have associated with that image in the mirror, but that's only because of either one, I've been thinking that about myself for such a long time that it's an automatic thought, or, you know, if you were teased in high school, say, that's something that people said to you, and now you're associating what they said with what you look like. Sorry, I just like hit my computer. You know, and to change that thing, to change that way of thinking is difficult for everybody. I mean, it might be less difficult for others than for, say, me or for you, but it's difficult in different aspects. So for me, while I might try and look around at the positive of things, sometimes it's hard to look at the positive of something that I've thought so negatively about for so long. That's what makes weight loss interesting, is not just because it's like, okay, I'm working out to lose all this weight, or okay, I'm gonna eat less, or eat better, or whatever. It's we have to sit there and think about ourselves and be like, okay, I wanna lose weight. What is causing me stress in my life if you're a stress eater like me? Or, you know, why do I feel the need to overeat when I'm at a party? You know, things like that. And it's not just, I'm going to look at it and be like, okay, I'm going to do this. It's, I have to look at it and be like, okay, what are things that I can change my thinking about to help me with this goal? You know, so because my video is starting to get a little long here, I'm sorry. You know what? I mean, I know I kind of rant about nonsense, but, you know, these are things I feel are important because it's, you know, weight loss isn't just doing exercise or eating better. I mean, those are definitely factors, but you also have to look at it is, how am I thinking about this? How am I looking at things? Because if it's in a negative way, or if it's, you know, upsetting, or if I'm not happy, what do I change to do that? You know, so my goals for this week are to get more exercise. I know that's like an every week goal, but in all reality, I want to wake up early and try and get exercise. And I want to cook at least 2 meals this week that are going to be plan friendly. And what I mean by that is things that I mean, I always want things to be plan friendly, don't get me wrong, but, you know, things where I'm consciously like, okay, is there a lot of vegetables with this? Or, you know, and I work like all the time, so cooking meals sometimes is really hard for me. So I want to cook at least 2 meals this week that I don't feel bad about eating. So those are things that I'm going to work on this week. Let me know what you guys want to work on this week. Do it in the comments below. You know, just it doesn't even have to be this related. It could be related to whatever, you know, because I want to inspire people to, you know, set their own goals and to do things in a way that's going to help them. So, you know, let me know what you guys want to do as far as, you know, what your goals are. You know, if you guys had any triumphs this last week, like you know, things that you did. Again, it doesn't have to be weight related. It could be whatever. And yeah, that's about it. So I will see you guys next week. Bye.